Hello everyone, my name is Himanshu Sharma, and in this video, we will see how easy it is to set up RAG flow in a Spring AI. So Spring team did a very great job in simplifying the AI interactions for Spring users, and we will see that in this video. So in this, we are going to upload a PDF, which is a Spring Framework PDF reference. So let me show you that. So we'll be using this PDF and uploading it, and it will be stored in our vector database. And then we will be having our Spring AI application chat with the LLM, which LLM eventually interact with the PDF documents in the vector store and get the response from there. So let's head to the setup first. So for vector store, I'm running it on my Docker container. So this is the DB I'm running on it. And the step for setting it up, you can get it from even in the Spring documentation. So which is over here. So here you can see if you go to the end, so they suggest to use this PG vector image. And in case if you are facing issue like not getting the latest tag and all, so what you can do is just go to the Docker Hub over here, search for PG vector, and then in the PG vector, search for go to tags and just use the tag you want. So I'm using this one, and that's it. So that will help in running the container. Okay, so once the container is running, you can connect to that, and then after connection, you need to perform these steps, enabling the extensions, and then create a table for storing the for storing data. So here they are creating vector store, but in our case, we will be creating our own table. And yeah, so let's get started. So let's first set up complete the table part. So let me head to the okay. All right. So let me pull the dbeaver. So here, this is my Postgres connection. I'm about to create the test data table now. So let's comment this for now. Okay. So what we are going to do is we'll be creating a test data table. And for that, what we need is we need that same script. Okay, yeah. So what I will do is I will copy this part. This I have already done on my container, so I'm not running these again. But I'm going to run these ones. I will copy it and I will paste it over here. Okay, and then I'm going to make it test data. And this one you need to update this number. So this is the default embedding dimension, but you have to specify the number which is compatible with your embedding model. Okay, so in my case, I'm running the MXBI embedding model. So that supports 1024 dimension. So I'm updating it accordingly. Let's run this table. It is updated, and let's update the index also, and done. All right. So let's see if we have our table. Yes, so our table is created. So DB setup is done. And let me quickly show you the Olama setup. So these are my models running on Olama. First one MXBI for the embedding, and the second one is Gemma 3 for chat. So this one it is there, but I'm not using it. So for this video, we'll be using these two. All right. So now let's head on to Spring Initializer website. And here what we need is we need Java, Maven 21, that's fine. Let's update your group as per your requirement. Oh, sorry, preference, and just name it like this. Let's say update it. And then in dependencies, So let's select web. Okay. And then since we are connecting with PG vector, so we'll be using PG vector. We need Olama, Olama, and we are going to upload PDF, right? So that's the best thing I like. See, they are providing you libraries which you can use very easily just to import data. So for the PDF, since we are using PDF, so we will be using PDF document reader. If you have any other format like DOC, DocX, PPT, HTML, you can use the Tika document reader. For this one, going with the PDF document reader. All right, so let's see how our event should look like. So we have web, we have vector store advisors. This is part of the PG vector which we selected, and this one also. And then this is the document reader, and this is for our model. All right, go ahead, generate it and open it in your favorite ID. So I have already done that step, and let me show you the ID for now. Okay, here it is. And one thing I did is I just imported pasted that Spring framework in my class path in the resource folder. So here we have the PDF and we are going to load it from here only. So let's try to run the application and see if it works. Okay, and before that I will show you the POM XML. So it have all those dependencies, web, the vector store, document reader, Olama model, that's all. All right, so let's say implements command line runner, implement method, run, and yep, let's run this application. And it should fail, and it will fail. Yes. The reason is we have added dependencies, and those dependencies expect something like for vector, it's expecting a URL, right? So let's update our configuration very quickly. So let's rename it first. I prefer YAML over it, so I will say YAML, and then that's it. SpringAI demo. And now let me bring in the configuration. So where is it? Okay, right. Well, let me pull in the data source first and let's see if that works. So what I will do is I will change it like this and this one. All right. So this is our DB configuration. This is what it is looking for now URL. Let's see if this much work. And let's run our application again. Application started, correct. And it is running. So for now, this should suffice. What I will do is I will add the system exit also so that we don't need to do it manually every time. Okay, let's run one more time. Great. So our application runs and shuts down. Great. So now first thing is we need to upload the PDF, right? So that's our first step, uploading the PDF. So let's do it. So let's create a method, load PDF vector store, right? And for this, what we have is we have a new page PDF document reader. So this is available as part of our dependencies. So now what I'm going to do, all the code I'm writing, they will automatically pull that like using those dependencies. So let's just do it. It's very easy now. And now we have to specify the class path, right? So in our case, it's uh, Spring framework, right? Not this much, Spring framework. All right, Spring framework dot PDF. So this is our file, and then we need to specify a configuration object also. So for now, we will not do any customization, and I'm going to use whatever the default uh, I'm getting. That's it, nothing else. And then finally, let's make a variable of it. Uh, and let's name it PDF reader. Done. All right. So we specify the PDF name and that's it. And then we specify a default object. So now what will happen? Let's load it. So we say read and then PDF dot read for each page. And yeah, let's print the number. Let's do that much only. Mm, that's array it. Okay, let's bring the ID. Fine. So now what it will do is it will load the PDF and read it and just print the page. Let's call it in our run method and let's run and see if it works. Yeah, that's it. See, page number and all. So the point is, and you can see above here, uh, go above here all the way to top here. See, processing 1429. So it processed all the pages and with just a single line, actually 2 lines of code, I'm able to load the PDF and print it. Now I have to uh, save it in the vector store, right? So that is the configuration we provided. So here, so far we have provided the database configuration, but we have to yet have to provide the embedding, right? Because what is going to happen is PDF contains the text. So then we need to create the associate embeddings and then save it. So if I just quickly show you the table here. So in this table, we have the content and then we have the embedding column, right? So these, how we are going to get that embeddings, that is coming from my embedding model. So let's update that. And for that, what I'm going to do is I will pull in this much part over here. So here Spring AI vector store, PG vector table name, and we are going to provide the test data because we are using this is our table name, and then the dimension. So again, this should be the same which is used in your database table and which is the one supported by your embedding model. All right, and then one more thing we have to do is we have to specify Olama, and then we have to specify the Olama, like where that model is, right? So we say base URL is this one, and then we are going to say embedding options, right? And then model, in our case, it is actually MXB embed large, right? So here, this is the vector store configuration, okay? And this is our Olama configuration where we are telling, okay, where our model is hosted and which model we need to use. All right. So now heading back to the code and we need to upload it, right? So the PDF reader is done. And then now what I'm going to do is I will call token text splitter and just create a def default one. That's it, right? And introduce local variable and that's it, done. So this thing is reading what this is doing. So this PDF read part, okay, let's step back. So the read is what? It is giving us list of document, right? So now this can be there can be a scenario where this when the document size is much bigger and then your model might not be able to directly insert it. So what we are doing is we are splitting the content, right? So that we are making small chunks and then we are going to insert it in the database. So right now I'm using the default builder, but you can use like specify the chunk size, maximum number of chunks, and all the details. But for this one, just keep it simple, and default configuration is fine. And what this will do is splitter, and I'm going to apply this splitter on PDF reader. So this, what I will do is I will comment this much part now, because I will remove it basically, because we get the idea that okay, PDF reader is reading my document and giving me list of document. So this is giving me list of document, and then splitter is applying chunking on that document. And now if you check the apply part, it is again returning me a list of document. Okay. And the document is the one which we are going to store in the database. So for the vector store configuration, we need to bring in the vector store bean. So we are saying vector store, yeah, this one. Okay, oh, my bad. Yeah, done. Auto wired. That's it. So this vector store, the configuration we have specified over here, right? So the table name, all the stuff that will be automatically wired in this object. And now what I'm going to do is I will call vector store dot add. And here you can see the first one is add list of documents. And splitter is providing us that, right? So what I will do is I will remove it and I will put it over here. And that's it done. All right, so our method is ready, which will upload the PDF, sorry, read the PDF, create the chunks, and save them in the vector store. All right, let's test it out. And let's run our application now. All right, so it's done now. It takes a bit of time, but yeah, so our content is loaded in the vector store. So let's see and execute the command. And yes, we have the data in our table along with embeddings and metadata. So that's fine. So with this much code, I'm able to have my embeddings store, vector store ready with the data. Okay, so that's quite easy. Now the second step. Okay, so now the second step is we need to search in the vector store. Let's see our search is working fine with the vector store or not. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I will write a method private void search in vector store. Okay, listen. For now, let's say okay this dot vector store dot similarity search. Okay, and then here, so here you can actually update uh, like the query or top K and how much what all you need. Okay, and actually we have to do that, right? So I'm going to bring only first record. So I'm not just putting it top K. And then where is the query? Yeah, here is the query. And we need the query. That's it. And let's close it over here. Okay, and then this again is going to return me what local variables. So hit here, sorry, list of documents. So here I'm saying results done, and then finally results for each. Yeah, that's it. That should do. And in fact, instead of using get, we should get formatted content. And query is the user query. That's it. So what is happening here is uh, I will call this method provide my query, and then it will search it, return the list of document, and I will print it over here. That's all. So let's call this one. So now I'm commenting the PDF one. I'm not going to load it again. Instead, I will pass the query. So let's pass Kotlin. So let's search for Kotlin here and see what it responds with. And yeah, let's run the application. Why it's giving me this value? Oh, okay, that's fine. It's okay. So let's run it and see what we get. All right, we get the response. What the response is? Okay, so the response is Kotlin is a statically typed language. Okay, and we get it around page number 1392. So let's copy this one and search in our PDF where that is. All right, here. So here it is 1391. Yeah. All right, so that means our chunking, everything, the PDF loading works perfectly fine. And now on top of that, the search is also looking good. And since we requested only one record, so it gets us that record. And yeah, these are the search query. See, just 2 lines, and I get the response from the vector store. And just wait, the amazing is yet to come. And that is now I'm going to chat with my model, and then the LLM will use this information. So let's say chat with model, right? And again, here also, I'm going to say string user query. All right. So now here I need to create a chat client. And for that, I need to auto wire a chat model. So like we did for vector store, we need to auto wire the chat model. Okay. And similarly, as we did for vector store configuration, we just need to update the uh, chat model information also over here. So what we have to do is like we did for embedding options, I will copy this and I will paste it over here. Okay. Chat options model. And here our model is actually Gemma 3 with the 4 billion parameters. And yeah, that's all. That's all. So this is the last configuration. Here I have to implement this method. So first thing, I need a chat client. So what I will say, chat client builder. Okay, and that build like this. Okay, and now this builder require a chat model. So we specify the chat model. So whatever configuration we provided over there that got injected in the chat model, the chat options thing. So now the chat model is pointing to the correct Gemma 3 4B deployed model. As you can see in this, I will pull it again here. So I have two models deployed in that Olama. And since I have specified Gemma 3 in the configuration, so this is the one getting used. All right, so chat model build, and that's it. Okay, the spelling is wrong, and this is fine. Introduce a local variable, and we name it chat client. So we have our chat client, and we are going to give a prompt, right? So we will be using the prompt, and then here I am giving you the advisors, the coolest thing. With advisor, we are telling the LLM that hey, use this vector store for your queries. It will be helpful. And then you say that okay, the user query is this one, and then finally we will be calling the model, and we are expecting the response, right? And then finally, we are putting it in a local variable, chat response. So it will be like this. And then finally, I will say that if, so that's it. You will not do like this. I don't know why it is coming such on, but get result, get output, and then we say get text. Okay, fine. So with this much code, I created a chat client, and what I'm saying is, hey, here is the advisor, and this advisor, question answer advisor, is telling that for question answers, use this vector store. Okay, and then this is my user query, and then finally we are calling the client and getting the response, and then finally we are printing it in our console. So let's call it, and what I'm going to do is I will comment this one, and I will say chat with model, and here I will say Kotlin prerequisites, right? I just specified Kotlin prerequisites, nothing else. It's pretty generic, but this query will happen in context of my vector store. Okay, so let's see what it will do. So let's run the application. Yep, we got the response. All right. So the response is the Spring framework provides first-class support for Kotlin, right? And the build Spring Boot application with Kotlin, you should leverage Spring Boot and its dedicated Kotlin support. This documentation includes example in both Java and C. The documentation includes examples in both Java and Kotlin. So the point is, model is getting that idea that you are asking this in reference to the documentation which we have provided to it. You will need to ensure your Kotlin 1.3 plus installed, along with these stdlib, JDK8, Kotlin Reflect, and all that stuff. So the point is 1.3 plus. I'm not sure about this one, whether it is maybe now it is something different in the latest documentation or over the internet. But why it is saying 1.3 plus is because our documentation, which is of version 6.0, so our version is 6.0, right? So maybe here somewhere it is mentioned that it expect 1.3, where is plus C, and requires Kotlin. So this is from here, it is fetching this. That's all in this video. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for watching. If you have any suggestions or feedback, please let me know in the comment section. Thank you and have a nice day.